Welcome in, everybody. It's another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast. I am your host, Mitchell Carroll, a.k.a. Merchel, a.k.a. Harry Maguire appreciator and Andre Onana lover.
You Harry for Harry?
Oh, yeah. Big time. What a goal. What a guy. Never said a bad word about him one time ever. So joining me to say good things about my favorite clubs, Super Yaya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know where to go from there. I'm sorry. I just got kind of like lost in your transition.
Look, who knows where today is going? This is already off the wall. We haven't even started yet. Helping us get off the wall completely.
It is going to be
It
off.
is our guy and yours, downtown Duane Brown.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Or Thursday or Friday. Or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Depending on when you watch/listen to this.
I just realized that Dwayne's hat is a buffalo. I was really wondering why he was wearing the First Watch logo, like that breakfast place.
Oh.
It kind of looked like it. I was like, wow, did Dwayne ever work with him?
Big breakfast guy. Well, hopefully Duane is a big fast food guy, because at the end of the show today, we are wrapping it up with the fast food item draft. The definitive rankings of the greatest fast food items as picked by the three of us. Before we get into that, we're going to talk about some Rapids awards.
Award season, baby.
We're going to talk about maybe some MLS awards too, but mostly our awards that we came up with on our own. And we're also going to talk MLS playoffs because it is here and we are pretty hyped about the playoffs. So first, let's get into the DNVR Rapids season awards. We're going to lead it off with, oh man, of course I don't have my notes right here.
I believe it's Rumor of the Year.
Rumor of the Year.
Which is
Now this could be anything. Yaya came up with these. God, what a graphic. That is just, I'm gesturing in Italian over here. That's how nice it looks.
A beautiful Yaya graphic.
I had a lot of help from Dwayne on this one.
It looks great.
It's beautiful. Little Rapid man.
Long season, up and down, and we figured the best way to wrap up this season is by giving out our awards. I liked this award when you sent it to me, and I thought of a ton.
Yep.
Right, because the MLS is silly with rumors pretty much constantly. They have such long windows, too. There's so many opportunities to change your roster and to move stuff, so you see a ton of rumors. We have them all listed out, I assume, whenever Super Producer drops it.
If you're in the chat, drop your favorite rumor from the season.
There it is. Let's start with Dwayne's.
Mine was everyone trying to guess what the new kit was going to look like.
Including us.
I
still think I won that
I think that is one of the funnest times of the year, is everyone's insane takes on what the new kit's going to look like. I just find it super enjoyable. We were all wrong in the best possible way. I still think the new kit, the New Day kit, is awesome. I love the collaboration with local artists. I love the message behind it. But the time leading up to it, everyone guessing, is just so much fun, and I'm looking forward to the new one, which I think we all know what the color is going to be for this year's.
Blue?
Probably burgundy. I just thought it was fun. I love that.
Look, silly season gets silly, and then when you have a bunch of, you have two designers and then me just throwing out random stuff to see what happens. It's about as fun as it gets. I like that one. How about you, Yaya? Go ahead.
I went with Mr. Old Diego Lainez. That was a rumor for like 30 minutes. If you guys don't remember, that like everybody got really hyped and it's like, it's not happening. And it didn't happen, of course. He ended up going to Tigres. But when I heard Diego Lainez, I'm like, that's what we've been looking for. Young kid, fast, very Mexican. Very Mexican. And I mean, it would have brought a big
as opposed to sort of Mexican.
Yeah, of course. It's like, there's some sort of Mexicans.
We won 100%.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought Diego was gonna be the funnest rumor of the year so far, and I thought we were all really excited just because like 30 minutes later we could have had a player maybe in the caliber of like getting a Chicharito, getting somebody like that in your team, which got me really excited.
Right, and there were rumors. There was like Chicho rumors, and there was a ton of striker rumors. Obviously, ended up with Rafa Navajo, and But you're right, Diego Lainez, and I mean, because how many times we talked about it on the show, just in the last month alone, like how critical it is for them to grab a Mexican national team player for marketing reasons, for attendance reasons, for interest reasons. And you're right, that would have been sick.
Yeah, and again, it would have been like Hector Herrera, Acha. I think it would have brought in a lot of people, a lot of excitement.
Big time. Okay, my rumor of the year, it's got to be Jack Wilshere.
Yeah.
Got to be. Because it validated my thoughts on the coaching tree, where it was, everyone in our comments and on Twitter and everywhere, and I think rightfully so. I'm not trying to say that it was wrong to be thinking like this, but everyone was very adamant that there was no chance that there would be any quality candidates from any quality clubs in the world, right? It was just going to be USL assistants and MLS retreads. It was going to be boring, and no one was going to be involved. And to immediately have the, pretty popular player turned academy coach at one of the biggest clubs in the world as a rumor felt validating for how we were looking at the job. And also it was just exciting. I think, I still think it would be an exciting hire. So that's my rumor of the year.
Imagine Jack would have done the exact same thing he did with like Diego Lainez, but this time you would just literally have him under contract for longer, and you would just bring in a bunch of Arsenal fans. It would have been great. I was all in.
It would have been great, for sure. Absolutely. All right, next award, next DNVR Rapids award, favorite show of the year.
I like this one because I think we've had a lot just to pump ourselves up.
It's a long season.
We've had a lot of great shows, a lot of a lot of great guests throughout the year. Yeah. We've had Crookham on twice. We had Drew, Jordan. Any players this year? Oh, we had Ollie. We had Ollie came on too.
Yeah, Sad. Drew post game in the Women's World Cup. We had Bombi's head coach early on in the season. We had Tommy Scoops. We've had
Maxu.
I
mean, that was not
Nina,
a full
yeah,
show.
Nina that used to cover still covers Brondby.
I think it's
So a ton to choose from. Let's go ahead and pull those up. Let's go with you, Duane.
My favorite show this year was talking to Jordan and having Jordan on. She's somebody that we've all known for some time, years, and so I was excited to have her on the show to talk World Cup, but also how the conversation went into the importance of women's soccer in the United States, how it's growing, and then poof, a couple months later, Jordan's like helping to lead the charge to bring professional women's soccer team to Denver, and that's awesome. That's an awesome follow-up that we didn't plan.
No, and it worked.
It was just cool to have that foundation conversation, with her.
Yeah, we were able to pull the clip, that was like talking about the message that she got that led to it. And she talked about it here, like way before. It was really cool.
And she got it that same day, I think.
Yeah, it was very timely. It was super timely, super fun.
4 months later, here we are.
Totally.
About 4 months later, and we're almost close to having a women's team. That's actually a great call.
We've heard good things about it, so that's all we can say. I'll go next, so I can make fun of Yaya later for why he chose this one. But I'm going Mark Hubbard. He was Bombi's college coach, and this was very early on, and we hadn't seen even a second of Moise Bombito yet on the field
before the season started.
This was preseason. I think they were in Mexico when we had this show. And it was the first moment where I was just all in on Bombi.
Yep.
He talked us up, and maybe I like to just go all in when something happens, and it was a risk because he hadn't played yet. It's an MLS draft pick. It could be nothing. Turns out he's awesome. Hubbard was right. And I think it was one of the better interviews we've had on here. So that would be my show of the year.
Isn't it kind of insane when you kind of look at Moise and then you look at the Rapids' last two super drafts and you come out with Mark Hennick and Bombi?
Yeah, pretty good.
And it's like Mark Hennick is no longer on the team, right? But
no, and he's doing
great things. Lewis.
And he's
I don't want to talk about
it. At that point, you just look at it and you're like,
I don't want to talk about it.
He's still playing soccer.
I don't want to talk about it.
But again, that Mark Hubbard one, he was the guy that gave us the blueprint to what Bombi is, right?
Yeah.
And he gave us the full scouting report, a guy that's worked with him closely. And he's like, this guy is going to be the real deal. behold, like we have Bombi, like we're all moist for moist, like.
Oh my jeez, I don't know about that.
But we can bomba for
This is
Bombi.
a family program, dude.
Is it? I made it unfamiliar.
I wish we knew, and you couldn't have known, right? You couldn't have known coming from a Canadian academy to a JUCO in Pennsylvania to University of New Hampshire. You could not have known that this guy should have been the number one pick. You could not have known the trajectory he was on. It was just not possible. It's one of those guys that fell through the cracks of the soccer world. And I wish we could have had a tanking at the end of last season, bombing for Bombi or something like that. Because it would have been perfect. And it's amazing. But Mark helped us get through it all and kind of getting ready for how to watch him and what to expect. And I thought it was a really good show. All right. Me and Duane will be quiet here. Yaya's just going to talk about our friend Brian, all of our friend Brian Crookham. And he's about to wax super poetic about his conversations with him at Burgundy Affair. And blah, blah, blah. Go ahead.
Actually, this is the one thing I'm going to say. I really like talking to Brian. And it wasn't because that was the first show we did. That was actually the first time I was on the show with Brian. Because last time I was producing it.
You were on the show, though.
Yeah, but I didn't really get to converse with him as much. It's a little bit more difficult to do both in the back end. But I really liked it because, not because of like what great of a guy Brian is, because he is a great guy. He does great work for the Rapids, but he also brings a personality that you don't see a lot of times with GMs, that you don't see with front office. And he's willing to tell you things. He's willing to explain to you why things are getting done and be really open and honest. And that was one of my favorite parts about our conversations with Crookham. That, of course, you still have to hold back a lot, but he goes into depth into what he wants and what he's looking for. And I think I just had a lot of fun talking to him because he's a true soccer fan.
Yeah.
And it's really, really fun when you talk to a guy that knows that much about soccer. And he's on your favorite team.
Totally.
So he can tell you all the ins and outs. And that was the funnest part at the end of the day.
Was that the one with the draft?
Yeah, that was the one with the draft.
Movie sequel.
Great
draft. Fantastic draft.
That
Great
was
show.
A fun one, of course.
Yeah, good shit there. Good shit. All right. Yeah, go ahead. You can also say what he told you.
Oh, he said that he told my wife that she was lucky to be with me. Which honestly, it's the first time anybody in my life has told anybody I've been with that. I don't even think anybody has told my parents, "Oh, you're lucky to have him as a son." So that was really nice of Crookham, and that's one of the reasons he really just skyrocketed up my board.
Shout out Brian Crookham, our friend and yours. All right, next up, the oh no moment of the year.
This one was funny because I left it up to interpretation. I kind of took it as, hey, this is going to be when you're like, oh, everything's going bad kind of moment. And but I don't know how you guys took that.
Did we all guess the same thing?
No.
All right.
All different answers.
I'm surprised. I'm going to go first this time.
First Max tweet.
There was the tweet that came through from the Brazilian journalist that works for, don't remember the paper down in Brazil, but it's the national, it's like the big newspaper. And that broke, and it included Max. And I remember us all thinking, oh no. Well, number one, you were thinking, couldn't be Max.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Like that's just must be a rumor. He's Brazilian. Couldn't be Max. And then Twitter does what Twitter does. So it makes it both great and awful. Is that then you find the spreadsheet tweet. Then you find someone clips the yellow card. Right? And then it's just like, oh, well,
yeah,
season's over.
There's clips. It has to be true.
You just know. I mean, look, not everyone gets looks at training and gets looks at the guys hanging out and spending time. And very clearly to me, from my view in that role, Max was the heartbeat of the team.
Yeah.
Right? He was the kind of the guy that got along with everyone, showed up with a smile on his face every time. Even though the language barrier was very prevalent, he was always quick to say hi. A lot of players, and they're totally okay. I'm not trying to knock them, but when media are around at practice or after a game, they're walking right past. They don't really care. But he was always very friendly, just to us, but also with players and staff and team personnel outside
Smiley
of coaching.
dude.
Smiley guy, just great guy. And so you knew that if he kind of crossed a line, which is altering a game like that and kind of altering the integrity of the game, you knew that there was going to be a rift in that locker room, and there's a pretty clear line of that news coming out and the season going to hell. So that's why I chose that. So there you go.
It did suck. That does feel like the flashpoint of the season where everything kind of flipped.
Oh, man.
And you were just like, oh, he had a great game against LA Galaxy, and he had Puig in his pocket the whole game. And at the end of the day, it feels for naught.
Sucks. Let's go Yahya on this one.
The first loss to RSL.
So that was the Saturday MLS loss.
Correct.
3-2 loss.
That's the one where Brian was fighting, right?
Yeah.
In red cards.
Yes.
That's when you kind of knew the whole team kind of lost control of who they were. The identity was completely gone of a super chill kind of team, a team that's just trying to work and get ahead.
Keep going.
And yeah, sorry, comments. Keep commenting, guys, and give us likes too.
Yeah, keep going. Drop
It
a
helps
like.
my ego.
Yeah.
But
what we need.
that first loss was it was a total mess, right? You even had our guy Emilio kind of fighting. Shout out Emilio.
No, that was the Philly game.
Oh, that was the Philly game. You're right. But either way, that kind of like Emilio. Sorry, man. We're calling you.
No, we're not. We're not.
I'm
Scratch
calling
that from
you.
the record. Didn't happen.
Don't
Keep going.
scratch it.
Continue listening.
I'm just
At the
staying
end of the
quiet
day,
over here.
It was RSL, right? Like RSL sucks, and it sucks that we lost to them.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, it just hurt so much. The way you lost too, it was so bad, and that just hurt me the most.
Can't wait to pick against them in the playoffs. All right. Good call. And lastly, but not lastly, Duane.
Saddestly. It's Jack Price's injury. Here we are after a year of many injuries to Jack, and he finally gets through all of them. And we're watching the game, and our triumphant captain, Jack Price, returns to the pitch, and I'm like, yes, the Rapids are back. And like 30 seconds later, Jack goes down, and I'm like, oh no, we're doomed. And
Man, I was there, and I knew
we
instantly
were.
it was Achilles because we had the perfect view of where we were above the play, basically, but enough down from the play that you could tell there was no contact, there's no players in the way. It was a clear view.
Yeah.
And instantly I said Achilles.
It was the worst.
Instantly I said Achilles, and it was true. It was nice to see him this weekend walking around, chatting up with everybody at
Tearing
Burgundy
up.
Fair. Everyone was getting sappy, which is not a problem. But gonna miss that guy.
Yep.
Sucks that he went out like that.
Yeah.
You just kinda,
We saw what the team is without Jack.
And we saw
As
this year
soon as
too.
that injury
Yeah.
happened, we already had a preview of what was going to happen. And
It's not a
to
playoff
me,
team
that
without
was
Jack.
the end of the season.
So
That early. It was
your
just
heart
done.
just kind of dropped.
yeah,
at that
I mean, he
moment.
doesn't. He's a great dude, great player, great leader. One
After
of the
having
best,
such a weird season last year too.
one of the best set piece takers on the planet. And then one huge injury versus last year where it was like hamstring, calf,
punctured lung,
broken rib
ribs.
/ punctured lung at the same time because his broken rib punctured his lung. And it was just brutal, right? It was just one thing after the other. This one is more. Last year was just like, man, that's a bummer because he can't stay on the field. He'll be fine, but he can't stay on the field. This one is career altering.
Yeah, we knew
you
what
know?
was going to happen to the club.
Should be okay. Achilles recovery is much better now than even 10 years ago, but still tough. And we wish nothing but the best for our captain going forward. We'll get into our last two awards here in a sec, but first we have to talk about our friends, Illegal Pete's.
Queso on queso.
Queso on, queso on, queso on, queso. Look, Illegal Pete's, OG Denver brand, right? They started in Boulder in 1995. They were downtown by 2001. And all of a sudden they're down at DU. They're on Broadway. They're down south, first at Park Meadows and then over in Tech Center. And all of a sudden they're everywhere, right? They're on the north side. They're out in Park Hill. They're Fort Collins. They're everywhere. We love them. And so Illegal Pete's, being an OG brand of Denver, partners with an OG weed brand of Denver, O-Pen, to create the Queso Pen.
Queso.
The Queso Pen rocks. May or may not have had several instances of market research on this one to be able to speak firsthand on the product. Allegedly.
You can't be high on a product if you're not high on the product.
Whoa. Dang. Why am I doing ad reads? Yeah, I should be the pitch man. These two brands have been connected for over 10 years. That's true. I worked there. They finally got the opportunity to officially partner on this killer cartridge. The original plan was to create infused queso. Could you imagine just throwing one of those, queso jars, heating it up, tipping and just getting medicated as you go?
I kind of did think that was going to happen.
So fun. There's still some science to work out there. Hopefully that's still an option down the road. But look, the pen pairs well with real illegal Pete's queso. Also can confirm. Customers who purchase one of the cartridges can bring the box into any illegal Pete's location to redeem a free small chips and queso. Go to OPEN's website. You can select, they have like a finder similar to Breck Brew's Beer Finder. You can select that product specifically. I found it at Cassie's, both North Rhino and down by 25 and 6th Ave. But they're all over Denver. They're all over the metro area. So go ahead and find that. Get yours and shout out to Illegal Pete's.
We got a tip for this week?
Have to.
Do we have a
It's kind of
Midge's Pete's tip of the week?
Ooh, wow.
Off-season edition.
That was really good. Look, in honor of today's draft, which is the fast food item draft, Pete's fast casual, some of the best
Doesn't
fast
count.
casual in the world, not eligible for today's draft. But if you're a fan of, sorry if I'm saying picks before the picks, but if you're a fan of the chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell, who isn't? They got like that sauce in there.
They got the sauce.
You get a chicken quesadilla from Illegal Pete's, ask them to put a little spicy ranch in it, and it's like the A++ version of that item.
It's the
I
bougie
think you've
version.
done this tip before.
Don't care. We do a lot of episodes.
That tells me that that's a very, very strong tip.
It's so good.
Because it might be the only repeated tip.
I think it is.
So that's a strong indicator.
Besides just go to that, the one when I really don't have one is just go to Pete's. So
Get a super taco.
that also similar to an item that may or may not come up today, but super tacos exist. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. All right, back at it with the awards. We have 2 more awards, courtesy of Yaya. These 2 are more fun because we got real bummer there at the oh no moment of the year.
We had to see the flashpoint.
We're going to bounce back now.
Favorite goal. Not a lot to choose from. In fact, tied for fewest in the league. Fewest in the West by 13 goals or something like that. Only one other team in the West didn't get 40 goals. The second lowest number was 39. Rapids scored 26.
Yikes.
Brutal.
We got to go back into the numbers.
It's not great. Let's see. How about Yaya?
Mine was Rubio against SKC.
Great goal.
I think that was the first win of the year.
Yeah. I'll double check, but yeah.
That's the one where Yappy did that bicycle assist from his own box.
Yes.
And then he threw it all the way to the midfield where Rubio was, and Rubio just ran and nonstop, just went all the way. And I loved it so much. From Yappy just giving that bicycle kick, kind of like no care. And then Rubio just taking and being like, I'm putting the team on my back and we're winning today. I don't care what happens. I thought, to me, that just has to be the goal of the year. It's the funnest thing out there.
Yeah, but loss,
I
draw,
forgot about
loss,
the bicycle
Jack injury
leading up to
loss,
that.
draw, win.
Dude, yeah, that goal was amazing.
Great goal.
And also,
Great assist of the year for sure.
Yeah, and I hate SKC.
Who doesn't?
Getting to score against them in that fashion.
Second worst club on the planet.
Minute 85. So
Yeah, it was amazing.
and then you get the Camincho rat afterwards. You lose to the worst effing team in the league.
It was the 68th minute goal.
68.
Yeah.
Well, that rant and everything just culminated.
Oh, it was great. It was amazing.
It was a highlight. Of
Shout
the year
out
for me.
Kevin Cho. Come on the show if you're listening.
We might get Camincho on hopefully.
One of the true great streamers of soccer. All right. Duane, you want to go?
La Vengeance de Cabral.
Oh, wow.
Man, watching Kevin Cabral get that goal versus his old club and then turning around, lifting his jersey up and showing his name and number to the Galaxy fans was peak goal scoring celebration for me. Just, man, I could watch that all day long. I was happy for him because, we had all been waiting for the Cabral goal after getting crapped on by everyone in LA for so long. Man, just getting that middle finger was awesome. I love that goal.
It was a good goal. It was a good celebration. It was the second goal of the year. He had that goal against Austin to draw in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe the Cabral, everyone was, that was kind of the time, there's about 4 or 5 games in between, but it was like, oh, Cabral, maybe Port cooked something up here. Hasn't scored since that goal, unfortunately.
Insane.
Which is crazy. But
I feel 10 years old.
He said what he needed to say, and he got out.
But it was good.
Of the goal
and we
scoring.
enjoyed it.
Guess what? LA Galaxy probably thinks that he had a great year for the Rapids this year because of that one goal.
That's funny. All right, and we'll get mine up there. I do want to shout out Dustin's comment there, which was the Barrios stoppage tying goal. Was it STL? I thought it was Charlotte. Maybe I'm thinking of 2 different goals.
He had
2 late goals.
Yeah.
He also had the basically the touchdown pass in Charlotte to tie it late.
Yeah, he was the savior,
which was awesome.
Like a month.
Yeah. I voted for the Barrios one in the
Media awards.
in the press corps awards, but I was on the fence between these 2, so I figured I could vote in that one and then change it to this one. The Galvan Panenka was icy, and it's been obviously a rough road for him with the ACL tear, missing a whole season, coming back to crowded wings, crowded midfield, underperforming probably. As much as I like the guy, I don't think we saw the best of him. His emotions were all over the place, red cards, but that goal was awesome. And Rubio was injured, Yappy hadn't found a goal, still hasn't at the MLS level. But it was time for someone to step up there and take that penalty, and it was awesome.
Yep. Again, you're right. Who was mad at that? Was that Yappy that was really angry that he didn't take it?
I think it was Rubio.
There was
No, Lewis
Bassett.
It
had to be Bassett, right? Somebody was somebody had a really bad time not
fine.
taking that.
But
penalty.
he scored.
Yeah, it was a great goal. Let's go.
Um,
That back heel too from Bassett a couple weeks ago was dope.
Yeah, that was my vote in the Burgundy Wave one. That back hill was.
I voted for
lovely.
Bassett's free goal against Columbus on that. That goal
That
against
free kick
Columbus
was
dope.
yeah.
So I wanted to change
you're
it up
right.
a little bit.
That was a really good goal. I've kind of forgot about that. I'm still going with the Panenka though, because I think that is the most ballsy move you can do on a soccer field.
Yeah, it is. It is really because if you
Like,
miss,
actually.
if you miss, you're a villain. If you make it, you're the coolest guy.
It's
in that
cool
field.
as hell.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll always vote Panenka. I think Panenkas are sick. So there you go. All right.
Real quick for this next one.
Okay.
It was a Colorado Player of the Year. And I meant Colorado specifically, so anybody from Colorado could win it. You just had to be from Colorado.
You didn't tell me that.
I didn't, because I wanted to see what everybody was thinking.
Well,
Because I just put Colorado Player of the Year. Duane didn't know either. I just kind of put Colorado Player of the Year. And I took any answer.
that kind of changes mine. That's okay. Let's pull him up and see what we said. And
I put Mitch because he's a straight player.
That's right. You know this. Don't get it twisted. Damn, Duane, you did get the assignment. Go ahead. Wax on it.
I went with Sophia Smith for Colorado Player of the Year. First game in the World Cup, just lit it up. She has skyrocketed to women's national team stardom, as well as NWSL stardom. She is one of Colorado's own, right up there with Lindsay and Mallory Swanson, Pugh. It's just she She is it, man.
Windsor
like
zone, yeah.
she is her. I love watching Sophia Smith play. I am excited about the future with having Mallory Swanson healthy, with her and Sophia Smith and Lindsay Oran all being on the pitch at the same time.
It's pretty dope.
Dude, that is Colorado domination.
Finalist for the NWSL MVP this year too.
Yeah, just
She was unstoppable.
she's had a
this year.
great year. So my pick was an easy one for
I
me
wish
with Sophia Smith.
the assignment was explained to me more thoroughly because I sound like an idiot.
Hey, I got the assignment. I chose
Those are
Ollie.
good. You guys have good picks. What are you talking
they're
about?
Great picks.
Look, Cole's my guy. Talked to him for a while this weekend at ABA. Talked to him about off-season plans, season stuff, coaching, blah, blah, blah. And I do think he was player of the year for the Rapids, career high in goals. Really took on a leadership role when there was a clear void of leadership. And I think that, I don't know, maybe I'm overrating something as subjective as leadership, right? But when you are at the bottom, right, like at the absolute basement of vibes, performance, fan reception, it could not have been lower, right? Then Frazier gets the can. He's stepping up and doing every single press availability after losses when it's bad, clearly stepping up on the field, free kicks, just clearly a vocal leader when that wasn't really on his resume before going into the season. And, and I think we've been hard on Cole because, he has lofty goals and he's been very public about those lofty goals. And the season started out for him really rough, but he's had a few great goals this season. The back heel, the one at the end of the Columbus game, almost had 2 dope free kick goals this year that were just misses. One in Nashville in League's Cup, and then one that led to the Rafa goal. I don't know. I'm just really proud of Cole. I think it's a really good year for him, and hopefully it makes next year an even better year for him.
Of course. Yeah.
I feel like Cole put the team on his back
100%.
at the end. And I mean, he was that guy that we needed. And so I think that's an excellent choice. Yeah. Dude stepped up when we all needed him to.
I would have picked Ollie if I knew the...
Well, it's just Colorado
I
player
know,
of the year. Yeah.
but I assumed you meant Colorado Rapids and not the state.
Okay.
Because the name of the team is...
Colorado Rapids.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's my bad. Shout out Ollie. You're the man. Go ahead.
The only reason I chose Ollie, man, it's because besides being the focal point of that Rapids 2 team that was the best in league, is he came back from an ACL.
Yep.
To me,
Broken leg?
I thought it was an ACL.
Maybe it was an ACL. Too.
Either way, he came back from a major injury. Something that many players at that age just don't come back from. That they have a lot of issues getting the same agility.
Open fracture in his tibia. So
so broken leg, basically.
Yeah.
And just being that focal point, man, coming back from that, having such lofty expectations, and being able to just put his head down and work, I think deserves a lot of credit. I will say I almost chose Lindsay Huron, and just for that 5-minute sequence against Netherlands where she gets her ass beat, gets up, fights, then scores and yells in their face.
you mean
Gosh, that was so good.
You mean the mayor of Golden?
The mayor of Golden. The owner of Golden at this point. I'm so
You
hoping.
mean one of my favorite humans on the face of the earth?
I'm hoping so much that when this NWSL team becomes a
amazing.
reality, Lindsay's like, I'm in. If that happens,
we don't have the
I'm
time
in.
to go into how much we would want that.
Yeah,
to
but
happen.
either way, Ollie, all credit to you, man. I think you had a great year. I think you should be a focal point in the Rapids next year, especially with all this turnover. And
Dude, he was great in the last game too.
he
Came on and just said, "This is me, and I deserve to be here."
led next pro in key passes, was 3rd in assists. Actually didn't get his first MLS minutes until the last game of the season.
Yeah.
After the next pro season was over, he was all in on next pro. You heard Brian Crookham here talking about his impact on the team and his leadership and his play. So nothing new. We're not breaking any ground here, but he was awesome.
I do really enjoy all our picks because I think all our picks show exactly the different levels of Colorado soccer. Ollie is kind of lower. Rapids 2, kind of a coming up kid. You have Cole, who's trying to become a national name, who's been with the U.S.
Definitely trying to get into the national team camps. Yeah, he was hurt this year.
He's
He would
been
have
out
made
in
that
Europe.
second camp.
I almost picked Penny for the 8 years and under.
Yeah,
You guys
but
won a championship, so
Sophia Smith just kind of
It's more than anyone else got.
And then, I mean, and
Sophia Smith barely beat out
and then
Penny.
you have
Barely.
Sophia Smith, a true international superstar.
yeah.
And I think it's cool that all our picks like that. That's why I chose Ollie, because I'm like,
Sure.
let's get a little bit of variance.
That's
in here.
good.
I like that all our picks are different in
Yeah, I
all our
like that.
categories because we had something to talk about.
Look, it was a long season. There's a lot going on. I think next week we'll really look deep into the season and pull out some stats, good and bad.
We'll do some we'll do an autopsy of the season
Yeah, and
for
we'll
sure.
really break it down. I think there's still a ton to talk about. For being such a bad season, it was nice to end the way it did, right? You
Of
also
course.
broke the elimination game curse, right? With Open Cup, little mini run there. Winning at Sac Republic, even though they're a USL team, they were in the Open Cup final last year. I thought that was an awesome game. 4 goals on the road. So there's definitely a lot to talk about. We'll really break it into it next week.
We just wanted a little break before.
Totally. Let's just have a little fun with it. Do some awards. Let's go ahead and talk about DNVR diehards and how you can be one. Go ahead.
Oh, you can be one by signing up for a great deal where you get a free shirt every year.
$80, 1 year. Comes with it comes with $35 off in the locker. So it's a free shirt, free hat, cheap sweatshirt. Comes in a really cool diehard box.
You get that little card that tells that you're a diehard.
You're an official card-carrying member of a cult of sports freaks like us.
Awesome. It's dope.
They were here last night. Super producer Alyssa was hanging out with me right downstairs watching the Nuggets.
How many times? Quick question for you two that were here.
Sure.
Were you guys a part of the Who's Your Daddy chants or not? No.
Come on.
It happened here in the bar.
Come on.
Yeah. It happened at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Like,
Come
how
on.
much were you guys a part of it?
Come on.
You know that he is.
Who are you talking? Who are you talking to?
Mitch probably started.
I didn't start it,
It's
but I
either
did
him or
continue
RK
it.
probably started it.
I'm gonna say this right now, and I hope LA fans are listening. Denver is 10 times more of a sports city that LA will ever be.
That is, unfortunately.
Did you see the clip of Jamal when he heard what they were
Yeah,
He was so good.
It was great. Look, and you can come down and hang out with us. If you're a member, 15% off of your tab. Boom. You can even, if you just came and watched a couple Nuggets games, a couple Avs games, a Broncos game, a Buffs game, Rockies game, Rapids game, all of a sudden you've paid for your membership for the year just in bar discounts.
Or just to an event. We've got a great event coming up on Saturday with Be a Good Person. We have it's not this shirt, but we have our very own DNVR Be a Good Person collaboration T-shirt. It's awesome. We're having a launch party on Saturday. There's going to be game on, obviously, but there's going to be prizes. The shirt's going to be available. Just tons of stuff to hang out and do that. That's not even like an official game to come to, but still 15% off. We raised our own Nuggets banner last night.
That
here in
was-
the bar.
we have a Rapids one too. If
We have,
anybody's
the
curious.
Rapids, like our championship banner for the Rapids is up now.
Look.
It's fun. Like, come be a diehard, be a part of a very exclusive and very bananas crazy group of Denver sports sickos.
You also get 20% off in the locker all the time. You also you can sign up for things like Harrison Wynn's newsletter that he's doing every day. You can get Adam Maraz's The List. You can get AJ and Rudo breakdowns for the Avs right now. You can
Bunch of diehard content.
you're
man.
going to
It's
get
just
exclusive
great.
podcasts coming soon, which I think
Discord
is
channel.
so cool. Discord channel. Look, we're trying to build community here, and it happens by you guys signing up, participating, and finding a place where you can be with like-minded individuals, and it's really a really cool thing. So hopefully you guys can join us and support DNVR as a whole, and keep helping us create the things we do.
And who knows, man? We had the Lario in here.
Literally right here.
And
right
if
there.
one
Larry
day-
O'Brien.
And one day the Rapids win that gorgeous MLS Cup. That MLS Cup might be sitting right there, and as a diehard, you might be able to come and touch it and say hi to it. Maybe give
Can't
it a
touch
kiss.
it.
Can't
Don't
touch
touch it.
it.
Don't touch it.
No,
You gotta be a member of the club. That's the rules for MLS.
for MLS. Either
Yeah.
way, come take a picture with it, which would be
Yeah,
really dope.
you can take lots of pictures though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love that. So Rapids, if you're listening, that's the plan now. So sorry. You're
So Rapids,
Cronky said we can.
Rapids are gonna win the cup next year, and we're gonna have it on the show. So book it.
Yeah, straight up. Get your membership. Okay. Do we want to? How quick do we want to do this playoff preview? We got about 20 minutes left to do both our draft and get into playoffs. Do we just want to pick some playoff winners, playoff
Yeah, let's just-
storylines?
you just want
Let's
to
do a
just-
playoff storyline each, and then
Yeah.
we'll pick winners for each conference
Exactly.
and a
then-
winner.
Exactly. I think that's going to be the.
Does that sound good,
Yep,
guys? I
that's-
know I just sprung that on you right now, but as we do
Say it
go
again.
on, we
Sorry,
had to.
I was responding to a comment.
Jesus,
I was
Duane.
talking to Crash in the chat.
I say yes, and I say we just do it.
Just do it, and you do it first, and then I'll
And
pay
Dwayne will catch
attention.
up.
Okay.
I'll
Dwayne is
catch
smart.
up.
Yeah, we'll start with you. Storyline you are most paying attention to as the playoffs open this week.
Carlos Vela's last run as an LAFC player. I think he's gone after this year. Contract's up, and it's going to be interesting to see a league legend leave, in my opinion.
And join the Rab.
No, he's going back to Mexico.
All right.
What does he want to do? Why would he want to be in the U.S. for security? What's wrong with you? No, but
trombone sounds.
I think it's going to be the last time we see Carlos Vela.
He's so good and so fun to watch. I don't like giving LA any sport their due. LAFC is a great watch.
Oh, amazing.
Between Bouanga and Vela,
And then Puig on the other side. Like,
yeah, on the other,
Yeah.
with Galaxy, not in the playoffs. Ha!
no, Puig, the Croatian wonder kid.
Oh, right.
Not
right.
Puig. Puig. It's weird.
I don't like that.
It's stupid, I know.
But yeah, that's a great call.
I think that's going to be the one. And as for Western Conference winner, do you want to go right now or do you want to?
Let's do storylines.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Dwayne, do you have one in mind?
Sure.
Go ahead.
It's Houston.
Yes.
Houston is the storyline.
Easy storyline.
The new coach Olsen comes in and takes a bottom team, and they played okay in the first half, but things are clicking, and that is a force of orange dynamo nature right now.
That midfield.
They are the
with
story.
Coco and Ache.
Yeah,
Ache, man.
they are the story for me.
I remember when that move happened. Yaya was doubtful.
Yeah, I really was.
I was like, oh. And then it wasn't, because that was last season.
Yeah, of
right?
course, mid-season.
Not much for them. This year, you're like, oh, they saw the vision. Like,
Yeah.
they knew what was up bringing Ache in. He's been great. The team has been great. Olsen has been great. He got my vote for Coach of the Year on my MLS ballot. You nailed it. I think that is the story of the
Yeah.
Yep.
other story.
See, I caught up.
Yeah, great job. You should pay less attention more often.
Keep you on your toes.
Say less, fam. Say less.
5 times 5.
What are we talking about?
Think less. No, I think I have to go with. God, there's a couple I want to go with. So you guys tell me which one to go with. Cincy defending the Shield, right?
Okay.
Generally, that's kind of a curse, right, in terms of playoff success. But they are a freaking machine. Lucho, unreal.
Brandon Vazquez.
Vazquez. I mean, you can go down their whole roster. They're a great team, top to bottom. Super exciting. Shield winners with games to spare. Pretty rad. My other one is, can Columbus take this just force of an offense and take that to a cup final? Right? They are just between Cucho. I mean, to me, it's all Cucho. I just love watching Cucho play. They were I told you in June when they were plus 2,200 to win the cup to bet it. I hope you did. Because I think that's an offense that can put up 4 goals a game in the playoffs if they really put their mind to it. So that's what I'm going to go with. But also
That was the right answer.
Yeah.
But also Cincy, can they break the
2 Ohio
shield?
teams.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Can they break the shield curse? Is an interesting one.
I don't
too.
know how they play any soccer out there. It's not even a real place. Like, I
Doesn't
don't even know
exist.
how
Yeah.
they do it out. Like, it's insane.
Fake. It's fake, like Salt Lake. All right, yeah, your Western Conference winners.
I'm going to go with St. Louis. I think I'm going to be very
Wow,
lofty
that's
with this
quite the
expectation.
story.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a storyline right there.
It is, and I think it's gonna be. I think they're too dumb to know what they're doing, and that's good. In a lot of times, I think if you're just playing soccer, sometimes things just work themselves out, and they're very talented. They are a great team, and I think St. Louis just is gonna go all the way, and that's why I'm going all in on them.
I like that. Dwayne?
Houston.
Ooh.
Houston wins the West.
I like that because I don't want LA to win it. I definitely don't want Salt Lake to win it. Tough to root for a Texas team, but they're so fun. They're so fun. Yeah, I'll go with Houston as well. I think that's
Pretty good answer, yeah.
Yeah. Your Eastern Conference winner.
I'm gonna go with the boys in Philly.
Oh,
Going with
Our
our
compatriots.
all city buddies over in
This is
Philly.
the thing, man. You kind of saw it with you see Tampa Bay Lightning when they had a horror. They barely snuck into the playoffs. I know there's hockey. They barely snuck in, but they had the experience to go all the way again because they knew what it took to get all the way to the finals and win another Stanley Cup. I think Philly this the year they finally get it. Kai Wagner's out. All these things are. There's going to be so much shifting in that team that they want to get one before they leave.
Their top 3 is very dangerous.
Exactly.
Super dangerous.
And I mean, you have Andre Blake in the back. You have last year, he had 4 of the defenders of the year in that back line. Like, again, I just think they're finally going to put it together and like this their last hurrah also squad as their main pieces, and it's going to be time to win it all.
Damn, that's a good pick, Dwayne.
you go ahead. You always have to go last. Go for it.
I like going last.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm ready.
No, too late.
I don't know
I'm
why you
ready
guys are
to
fighting
jump
about
in.
this.
Just trying to be. Just let me be nice to
Too
you,
late.
Mitch. I just want to be nice.
Columbus, easy. Cujo's going to score 8 goals in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's even more games. I might even make that higher. He might be a double-digit goal scorer in the playoffs. Like, actually,
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
they're so good.
Columbus is dope.
They're so fun.
Then Rossi's on that team right now.
Oh, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Orlando would be fun too. Actually, I like that.
I hate
and B-Ray,
Orlando.
I know that LA did it. It's more of that was kind of the exception, not the rule, right?
I also really just hate Orlando.
Really,
Something about their logo and their crest and everything about them, like just
everything.
Oh, it sucks.
yeah, it's just something about them. Like
I
gives
like
me,
the lion.
like, and it's not them. Like their fans are cool.
It has
like,
nothing to do with
everything.
Orlando though, which is probably why you hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no lions in Orlando.
Am I right?
At the zoo, like at Disney, maybe.
Yeah, but
Lion
there's
King,
At the
Orlando.
Lion King.
Whoa,
It's
there you
in
go.
Africa,
Actually,
not
it's great.
in Orlando.
Actually,
But
that's
they
a
have the
perfect
safari.
crest. Good job.
The safari rail.
No,
and,
no.
and
Okay.
Disney.
All right.
I'm also going to go with Columbus.
My guy.
It's going to be Columbus versus Houston. It's not going to be Cincy. One, I just, it's so hard to win both the Shield and the Cup. Two, a member of the fan base of Cincy ruined their chances last night with a garbage tweet about how the Rapids should not be on the list of Cup winners.
See, he
And,
didn't even exist like 3 years ago.
One,
4 years ago.
You've
What are
won
you talking
nothing.
about?
You're new.
Except
Shut
they
up.
Did win what 3 straight?
And
wooden
you've
spoons?
cursed your team now. So enjoy not winning the MLS
right?
Cup.
Am I right? They won 3 wooden spoons.
I mean, they also have the worst season in MLS history.
Literally.
Yeah. I can't think of a dumber tweet, and I've seen a lot of dumb ones. Than what
it's
this
a site
this
full of dumb
since-
tweets.
Yes,
that
I
was
mean
the
Twitter
dumbest.
it literally exists for dumb takes, And this one last night was the dumbest.
To me, it's just like a kid. Like their fans are literal children. I think they know everything. They're teenagers.
You
But
got
I'm just
any
like,
other underdogs that we should be watching other than
real quick? though, 'cause we have to
Orlando?
do
No,
a
we
draft.
do the winner. We still have a
Yeah.
draft to do. So I
Oh,
don't
we
wanna
still
add
have
too
a
much.
draft to
Yeah,
do.
and we only
Okay,
got about
let's
10
just do the
minutes.
winner.
So, winner.
Philly.
Houston.
Columbus. Boom, 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 boom.
We're really divided with all our picks today. I love it.
I've said Columbus all like since halfway through the season, but
Yeah.
I want to switch it up.
They're so fun, and it's the only future I have.
Boy,
that-
Columbus looks
it's,
good.
It's the only future I have left that actually has some value, like actual value, like plus 2,200 value. And I told you guys to bet it. I told you.
It's a solid bet.
I told you.
No.
Also, I had Philly in 4 figures last year, and they were one unreal Gareth Bale goal away from that cashing as well. So
Stupid Gareth.
I'm telling you, it's Columbus.
Yeah.
I guess, are those the teams that you want to win? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else, not who you think will win, but is there a team you are rooting for besides those guys?
You would want to win?
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun to see St. Louis win.
it would be
I
great
think
to
it would
see
be
them
super
win.
fun. Like, what a cool story.
I'm not a big fan of St. Louis. And
I
that
know,
whole,
you're not a fan of anywhere.
I mean, no. I like San Diego.
You like Philly? Yeah,
I
you
like
love
Philly. I love San Diego. Seattle's pretty cool. I just don't like. I mean,
To me, the only team I'm interested in is Columbus. Really.
yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of teams I want to watch because I think there's going to be a lot of really good soccer.
That
these-
Houston
and these
RSL
best
match
of
is going to be
threes-
fire.
These best of threes are so interesting, right? Especially with like, look at this Atlanta one coming up, right? With Almada missing the first game.
Yeah.
And he's been unstoppable, right? So gonna be interesting. All right, it's time. It's time. I think we wrapped this up well enough, and we'll get into the playoffs as they happen too. Kind of like last year, where it was, over and over. Like we kind of just broke down every week, predicted again going forward. It'll be super fun because the MLS playoffs are chaos, and we like chaos here at DNVR. All right, the fast food draft, not restaurants. This is individual items.
Yep.
They totally destroyed my strategy by taking away 2 total picks from everybody.
Good thing we did because of time. See?
Yeah.
Ranked
I don't
3
care. We
rounds.
would have made it work. Broncos aren't important enough to delay the
Oh, I
draft.
still got a bunch of things to do for them
Well,
too.
too bad. This is more important, obviously. We will go in snake fashion as always. The rules are pretty easy. Does it have a drive-through?
Yep.
Yes.
And it's an individual item.
It's an individual item.
Not a meal.
Fast
Yeah.
casual does not count. So no Chipotle's, Tokyo Joe's, stuff like that. Has to be fast food item. With the first pick, Yaya is on the clock.
I'm gonna get flamed for this. And I don't
Oh,
know.
I see what you just did there.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
And I know people
You're
are
gonna
gonna
get
sing the
flame.
song?
You're gonna get
No.
Are you
flame
gonna sing the song?
broiled.
No.
You're gonna get flame broiled.
Are you gonna
for
sing
this.
the song? Because I might sing the song.
And I don't care what anybody says. Can we go with specialty items? Quick question.
It's Penny's favorite song.
Or does that have to be there all the time?
No, you can do specialty
You can do
items for
special.
sure.
Okay,
yeah, for sure.
go
Because Mitch is
pepper
gonna go
Whopper.
with one of those.
Whopper, 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 Whopper.
Dude, I'm
Good luck getting that out of your head the rest of the day.
I don't care. I love the Whopper. The Whopper's dope. And then add a ghost pepper to it. It's great. Give me the Whopper. Mitch, you're next.
So this,
It's
I
Halloween
know we have
season.
to go fast, but Yaya's love for Burger King has triggered literally a week-long conversation around the office about
It's
fast food.
literally why we're doing this.
It's why we're
draft.
doing this draft because I think his love for Burger King is insane.
I think they have the best single burger in all of fast food.
Is that how you spell Whopper?
It's wild.
Whopper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whopper.
And I don't care. I love my take.
I can't. It's WHOPPER.
Whopper. First pick. That's a tough first pick.
And you know what it's going to take, but I love it. I'm going for me, and I don't care.
You do you, yeah.
Exactly.
All right,
Thank
let me
you.
pull up my notes here because
But I appreciate the Halloween connection with the
I
ghost
always
pepper.
pick as many choices as there are available picks, just in case people choose them.
Yeah, of
You
course.
run out of a list. That one did not make my list.
Because you don't have a good list.
It's a great list. It's a perfect list. And my perfect first pick.
He has so many notes on this, guys.
No, I don't. I have 9 items. There's 9 available
Dude,
picks.
we also have to get going.
Cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell. The CGC. You can even just put CGC up there if you want. Well, no, we kind of have to put Gordita Crunch, huh? So people know what it is. That is, look, Taco Bell has a vast menu, and I'm sure some more things might pop up. But man, I will pair all those other things. But no matter what, the CGC makes my list every time. It rules.
Yeah.
It rules
Actually,
so
BK
hard.
rules. You rule it, BK.
Have it your way. I thought outside the bun. Hopefully you guys do too.
Dwayne loves that so much.
So stupid.
You're
I love
stupid.
It. I love it. I love it. I'm going with the original chicken Sammy at Chick-fil-A. I think that's a
Damn.
nice sandwich. It's
Also
a little-
didn't make my
little
list, and I'm an
tasty
idiot for
Chick-fil-A
forgetting that.
Sammy.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good Tammy.
Little pickle on there.
Now you got back-to-back picks, Dwayne.
Oh, I do. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get
we
to go
picked
again.
snake.
I'll wait for
Like a snack, like this.
like a snack.
Snack.
And then my round 2 is going to be Arby's curly fries. They're super tasty. That's it. I'm not going to waste any time.
That
on it.
one
You guys
definitely
know
made
they're
my
delicious.
list. Damn, that's a
They're
good
tasty.
pick. Arby's curly fries. You can get them at the grocery store
I did not know
and throw
that.
them in
Yeah,
the
they're
air fryer.
actually
and-
Are they
delicious.
as good as
They're
that?
so good.
I might have to try that.
It is so good. Great pick, Dwayne. Man, if
You
you
and
could
actually
get,
talked about that too.
if you could get
I just think this draft is so hilarious.
if you could get Arby's curly fries, like I am an Arby's person in general, but if you could just, that's one of those ones that if you could make a fast food chain out of all the best items, those would be a fry option.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
actually
mean?
have another fry
and you
option
could
for
pair
that.
those with other.
Well,
items,
these
and it
all
would be
have to
so good.
these all have to have drive-throughs. So if you have a car, you can
Just
you,
build
you can
out
make
the
your
perfect-
fantasy meal happen, Mitch. This is doable.
Man,
Make your
I
dreams
didn't
come true,
expect
buddy.
3 other picks to not even be on my list. So
All right.
someone needs a break job
I
out
thought
there.
it was someone screaming, but it's someone breaks.
Man, this
outside.
really throws me off here. Psych. No, it doesn't. Double animal style. The perfect
it is.
cheeseburger. Cannot be beaten. I will not accept any In-N-Out
What
slander.
can you tell me what animal style is? I eat it in and out. I
just
still
go,
don't know what it,
You eat it like a savage.
I still don't know. I still don't know what that means.
Okay.
And I love in and out. It's
so
delicious.
they mustard fry the burger on the flat top.
What's mustard fry?
So they put some mustard
Yeah,
down
before
and then
they
put the
cook
burger
it.
on.
Okay.
And then they put grilled onions
Okay.
in the sauce.
Okay.
And
I'm not
it
crazy about
makes
onions,
it
but
perfect.
I love in and out.
I have had we all like In-N-Out, especially now that it's here. When I was living in California, it was always like the post-event, post-whatever hangout spot. And now that it's here, after Nuggets game, going. After Navs game, going. Like after Rapids practice, now that one is out over on Central Park Boulevard, going. I love In-N-Out. It is the truth. That's the pick. Shut up, Dwayne.
Mitch could go forever.
Yes, this is a fun draft. I like
Honestly,
drafting.
like,
Drafting
yeah.
is fun.
I
Honestly,
enjoy it.
and now it is pretty overrated. I'm gonna take the Crunchwrap at Taco Bell. I'm a big Crunchwrap guy.
Ooh, Crunchwraps are good.
Yeah, Crunchwraps.
Have you
are
had the
shit.
breakfast Crunchwrap?
Yep, they're delicious.
Oh, that's a good one.
So
Supreme or just a regular one?
a Supreme Crunchwrap.
Gotta
It
have
has
the
to be a
sour
Supreme,
cream in
yeah.
there. Have to.
It's the Supreme one. Supreme Crunchwrap is dope. Then for my final pick, I think I'm gonna. I want a little dessert in there.
Yeah, get some dessert
And I
in
think
there.
it's-
Oh, I know what it's going to be too.
And people are gonna.
You have to clarify
Mickey-
it's fresh.
Yeah. No, I don't care if it's fresh or not, honestly. It is better fresh. But the Mickey D's apple pie is the best pastry that you can get at any fast food restaurant.
Damn, that's a good pick.
You just can't get it. You can't get a good. You just,
McDonald's?
yeah, Mickey D's apple pie.
MCD apple pie.
It's just the best one out there. Like, there's no other better one. Like, there's no good pastry you can get at any other fast food
There is one
restaurant.
more one, but I won't say it because it's still on the board.
I mean, you're next. I already had my pick.
There's no good pastries you could get at any other fast food place.
Well, it's not a pastry. I meant dessert.
I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like a pastry.
Pastry plus fast food is already funny to me.
It is.
That is pretty funny. Man, okay. I have a couple drinks on here.
You got to bring it home.
I have
Mitch.
a couple sides. I have a couple weird ones.
People
Where do I go?
gonna have to set the clocks back soon.
All right, I'm going ultimate drunk pick. The thing you wouldn't expect to be good from a burger place. I'm going with the Jack in the Box tacos. They are so
That is
awesome.
That is quite a pick.
They are so good.
They gave me chorrillo once, and I was just like, shit. Literally.
Oh man,
They gave
Jack
me
in the
chorrillo once, and I was
Box.
just like, shit.
Tacos.
Like, literally, and I was like, I'm never eating this again.
Look,
That is a bold take.
That's a bad
I love
take.
it. I respect it 100%.
no, I like Jack in the Box because they just have the weirdest stuff on the menu. You could get like orange chicken and just like weird stuff, right? And it's not just burger with various things on it. It's weird stuff. And the weirdest and best are the tacos. And they're cheap too.
You're the last, my guy.
I thought someone was going to pick this already, so I hadn't planned to pick this, but now I am. It's already showed up in the comments, and that is the Frosty. Whatever flavor you want, don't care. They're all good. I think
love the strawberry
It's
Frosty.
a delicious dessert. A lot of people dip their fries in it, so it turns into like a weird fry sauce thing. But Frosties are good, man.
They rule.
They're so good.
They're really good.
Yeah, I love those.
Man,
They're tasty.
I almost picked some Dairy Queen stuff because
I almost went with Dairy. That was the one I didn't know if would count.
Of course
No,
it
it can't.
counts.
It
We have
has
drive-thrus.
I went through a Dairy
Okay.
Queen drive-thru last
Okay.
night after the Nuggets
Also,
game.
Okay.
the other one,
That makes me happy to know that they count because it was going to be a blizzard, but then I was like, oh, nobody went with
no,
Frosty.
you know what's the other one I was thinking? Sonic, because they have drive-thrus.
Yeah.
Sonic has great
Oh.
milkshakes.
I almost picked the
Sonic
pumpkin cream
milkshakes are
cold brew
dope.
from Starbucks because it's super good. I almost picked Baja Blast because it's super good from Taco Bell. Super producer Alyssa, do you have a pick for the draft?
Favorite fast food item?
Brown's pretty good.
That's right.
That's like the ultimate. You're eating queso. You're doing the queso pen, and then you need
right.
something.
That's right. Good pick, super producer. I also had chicken fries on my list. They would have been my fifth pick if we got that far because the weirdest, usually fast
Wow.
food is just changing, right? It's just like changing the ingredients that you grab from to make something new.
Yeah.
And chicken fries are the weirdest like departure from what
I've
is on
never
the
had a
menu.
chicken fry. Here, I do want to bring up this in the comment because I've never heard of this before we wrap. Bray is coming in with a pro tip to mix root beer into the Frosty.
Oh yeah, that's a
I
classic.
don't like soda and ice cream together.
I'm going to totally try
That's a
that.
classic.
That sounds
I don't
awesome.
like
With
soda
some
and ice cream together.
Olipop.
So much sugar.
Dr. Goodwin, which is basically root beer.
Boom.
Go ahead.
Oh God, Dustin, tell me that it's Yaya.
Who wins? But there's a clear loser.
I'm sorry, dude. If you don't like the, I picked for me them this one. I love the Whopper. Whopper's the best
Dustin,
burger.
that is the outcome of
In-N-Out.
every Yaya draft.
In-N-Out
Dustin,
sucks.
you-
In-N-Out's overrated.
you
It's from
can't leave
California.
us
We hate
hanging on who
California.
you-
California, it is bad. In-N-Out sucks. It's such an overrated
Clearly
burger.
does
And
not
it's
suck.
great because
pretty
it's
tasty.
so good. Their fries are bad. They're skinny and
I didn't pick the
saltless.
fries.
They're bad.
I didn't
It's
pick the
all
fries.
bad.
I picked the delicious cheeseburger.
Either way,
All right, we
follow
gotta
us
wrap.
at DNVR_Rapids. We're going to put all this out on Twitter. Give us a vote. Who won this draft? Follow us all on Twitter. We're going to put out a tweet out soon with all our handles so you can follow us there and all our stupid takes. Also, give us a thumbs up on this video and give us a comment as well. It shows the higher ups that you guys really are interested in what we do on a daily basis. Give us a 5-star review wherever you hear this podcast, whether it be Apple, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Spotify, and all that. It'd be really nice of you guys. Besides that, take it away, Duane.
You do it. Do the thing.
Let's go to
Mitch.
In-N-Out, baby. You meant wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Broncos coming up.
follow
Coming in
us.
hot.
Yeah, dude, I got a lot of things.
We got
to do.
Broncos
gotta
coming
wrap
in
it up
hot.
quick, yeah.
All right, fine. Follow us, like and subscribe on YouTube. Get ready for next week's postmortem on the season. We'll be breaking down the whole year, stats, players, movements. After that, we'll start looking ahead to free agency, coaching hire, playoff results, all sorts of stuff. You guys will be along for the ride with us, and how we end every single show, baby. Up those pits.
We all silly like the mayor.